Hi everyone, welcome back to Two Sisters and Two Mics. I'm your host Akisha, and I'm joined with my sister Lisa.
Hi everyone.
Okay, so today we're gonna be talking about Lizzo and the whole accusations that came out.
Mhm.
So we're gonna talk about her the fat shaming and etc. So I think that honestly that if it is true, I don't know because it's still an accusation.
Mhm.
I feel like if she did tell them something about their weight, I feel like it's very disrespectful.
Mhm.
And also too, like she's also a thick girl as well, and to be
Mhm.
fat shaming somebody else is like a little bit like I don't know. I just don't know if I see her saying that. Not saying that she didn't say that, but I
Yeah.
just it's just not comprehending in my head, like
Yeah,
together. But
that's a good point.
what do you
Yeah.
think?
So
What do
in
you
terms
think?
of, I was really shocked when the accusations came out from these three women, and of course we're not discrediting them. They perhaps went through these experiences. However, I
Mhm.
feel like when a story comes out, it's good to hear the both sides before jumping to like conclusion. And I don't see, I'm shocked because I don't see Lizzo as the type of person
Yeah.
that would fat shame someone, but then we don't know what goes behind closed doors. And we know like sometimes these celebrities, they have a certain persona that they show to the public, and then behind closed
Mhm.
doors, they could be mean and really, really horrible to individuals. But I
Yeah.
feel like this whole idea of fat shaming that came out in the media, it kind of portrays Lizzo in a negative light, and it kind of
Mhm.
dampers like what she stands for too, because her whole persona, her music persona, like her image is all about like body positivity. So it's a sticky situation, and I'm we want to see how the story unfolds more and more. But if
Yeah.
these women did experience that, of course I do feel sorry for them. I hope they are able to heal from that particular situation. But it is a very unfortunate situation, in my opinion.
Yeah. It makes her look like it's embarrassing,
Yeah.
and if it's not like you said, if it's not true, then it's like kind of damaging because she has like so many like shows where she
Hmm.
has thicker girls and then they're like showing off their body, they're dancing, and it's kind of sad to to if she really like you said really did shame those girls,
Hmm.
that's kind of like people wouldn't trust her anymore. They'd be like
Yes, that's a
they
good
probably
one.
wouldn't even
Hmm.
they probably wouldn't even want to work for her anymore because they're gonna like they're gonna be like, oh, she's gonna make fun of us, and then also
Yes.
like brings down their like their self-esteem. They become
Yes.
like low self-esteem as well.
Yeah,
So
or
I think it's
worse.
very
Yeah.
important. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but another topic I wanted to discuss, like being professional. She was saying in one of her Lisa was saying in one of her posts that they weren't being professional, which
Hmm.
if you truly were not being professional, I feel like why come out and say that someone's fat shaming you if you're not being professional and fat, you know? So I
Yeah.
feel like once you're doing your work, you should always be like you're getting paid to do to work with her. You should be like grateful to be able to get that opportunity. Not saying that's the case, but to be able to get the opportunity to work with her and like learn from her, and then you're getting to dance. But if you're not being professional, obviously the person's gonna let you go. So
Yeah,
what do you
fire
think
you.
about yeah? What do you think
Yeah,
about
so like as I was saying in the beginning, I really liked your points, but I also what I was saying in the beginning, that we don't know the full story, so it's good that Lizzo came out
that?
and she refuted like these allegations that were against her. Of course, we have to wait
Yeah.
to see how it plays out in the court. So we are, of course, here on Two Sisters and Two Mics being objective to see like what happens. But in terms of the professionalism, if they were fired because, as Akisha was saying, that it being the reason that they were not professional and they fired her, I don't feel like they should retaliate against Lizzo and say, oh, she treated me horribly and she fat shamed me. Like, I don't feel like they should make up stuff, like if they were fired for not for like their conduct wasn't good, if they were fired for like misconduct, like don't come out and be disgruntled now and be like, oh, she fat shamed me and she treated me so bad and I'm gonna make her
Mhm.
pay because she fired me because I wasn't, acting in the best possible manner. But then it
Yeah.
could be, Lizzo realized like this situation is like seriously getting out of hand, because like when I was reading her statement, she said usually she doesn't come out and respond to like any type of allegations, but this one she felt that she needed to. So who knows, like maybe this she truly did this to these dancers, and it's kind of like not wanting to look bad in the public eye, so she come out and said that they were not professional. That's why she sort of
Mhm.
fired them. So we don't
Yeah.
really know the situation, but hopefully it didn't have to do with them misbehaving and then or not acting professional and she had to fire them. So,
Yeah.
well, I guess we'll have to
Oh,
see how it plays out.
yeah, for sure. So, but with them suing her, I wanted to touch on that as well. I feel like if it really was something about their weight, I was thinking like, why couldn't they just like reach out to Lizzo, and see if they can like settle the situation, like tell them how they felt about how she treated them, right?
Hmm.
Allegedly,
Hmm.
and like try to work it out like that instead of like suing. Like, I wonder if they actually did try to do that, because this is like, you have to sue somebody. It's like the whole case. It's a
Yeah.
lot to deal with.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about them being sued? I mean, them
Yeah.
suing her.
I agree with like everything you're saying. I really like the point about like they should have went to her and see if they could have settled it,
Mhm.
rather than going through the court system. But we see a lot of people these days are trying their best possible way to, of course, see like, what, you know, money they can gather from the situation. Not saying of
Yeah.
course these women are doing that, but we're seeing more and more people are coming forward with like they're going the legal routes, rather than trying to work things out behind the scenes or talk to her. And if they what they're saying is true, that Lizzo fat shamed them, she's rude,
Mhm.
she's not an easy person to speak with. They are
Yeah.
also saying like they are also suing for unpaid wages and all that type of thing. If someone is like truly rude and they are abrasive and you try to talk to them and they're kind of standoffish, maybe they felt like, oh my God, like she's horrible. Like I don't even think I'm
Yeah.
gonna get anywhere with talking to her. Or maybe sometimes like when employers fire people, they don't even want to talk to you. They won't even respond back to an email. So that could have
Yeah,
been the
that's
case for
true.
these women where they
Mhm.
probably tried to fix the situation, but Lizzo probably wasn't having it. That could be true too. But I do like
Yeah,
your
that's
point
true.
of sometimes things don't always have to go through court. It can be settled
Yeah.
behind the scenes. But it depends on if
Yeah.
both parties, kind of want to as well. So
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and plus
it's a
maybe they
hot
find
mess. I'm so sorry.
it.
Like I feel so
It's
bad for the
messy.
women if they have to go through this,
Yeah.
but it's so messy, and it's like, what is that gonna do now for her tides with other celebrities? They're gonna like want to run from her, because we know people
Or
don't wait
even,
to for the court system to render like a full judgment. They just go. They hear
yeah.
something, they hear an allegation, they're like, oh nope, I'm cutting ties, and maybe she might lose
Yeah, brand
sponsorships
deals
now.
too. Yeah.
Yes, talk about
I was
it.
gonna say that. Like, she's probably gonna lose brand deals because like people are gonna see like, oh, she was supporting us being like thick and embracing your weight and stuff, and now we can't have that image for our brand. We have to just drop you, and then like, oh, this is a mess. It's too much.
Yes, exactly. And then what if she's canceled? Because we know this is like all about cancel culture that happens a lot
Yeah.
nowadays, right? Um, if these allegations are true, what's gonna happen is like her whole image is tarnished, because her whole image is all about embracing people from all
Mhm.
size and shapes. So
Yeah.
it's a sticky situation. It's a thin line. Um,
And
I
other
don't know.
celebrities are probably not gonna want to mention her name as well because what's going on right now. They're gonna avoid. That's because, some people, they don't want to be pulled in no drama. Like they want to be in their
Yes.
on their own lane. So,
Exactly. And
but
did you hear
still,
about the whole point of like people were saying that Beyonce excluded her name on tour, but then Beyonce's mother came out and
mhm,
said, "Oh, like oh no, that's not what happened." But apparently it was stated that Beyonce didn't say her name that was on some particular song. So
yeah.
I don't know.
But
I don't
I don't
know.
blame her. I don't blame her because Beyonce is the type of person where it's not that she's believing what it's not like she's taking sides, right? It's because maybe she's doing her concert and she
Yeah.
doesn't want if she says Lizzo and then people start booing, you know?
Yes,
So
or
like,
that negative image or
yeah,
negative connotation be attached to her, perhaps.
exactly. So it's
True.
best just leave it alone. That's probably what she did.
And
And
then
people,
and then her mom came out and said, "Oh, she didn't say her sister's name either, and then she didn't say somebody else's name." But like if I'm trying to avoid someone, I'm not gonna make it so obvious, you know?
of course not.
I'll leave out your name.
But they think they're slick. I don't know why they did that.
But I
Oh
love
my goodness.
Beyonce, you know, she's great.
Yeah. Yeah. She's great. All right, so I'm gonna talk about Liz's response. I actually really like you even touched on this as well. I'm really
Mhm.
glad that she came out and said something because there was like days where she wasn't saying anything and people were starting to believe it, right?
Can you imagine?
Yeah, like I would have been. I don't know. For me, I would have been the next day or maybe the same day,
The same
right? Have my
day.
lawyer drop something
I am
quick.
not trying to have my reputation tainted out here in
For
these
real.
streets.
Yeah, why did
Come
they
on
take so
now.
long? Get your lawyer. You're paying your lawyer. Get your lawyer to write you something, or whoever's writing your stuff, publicist or whatever. Get
Yeah.
them to write it quick, quick.
But she probably didn't think
Why
it
are
was
you?
they were gonna take being taken seriously, right?
Yeah, but when it comes to this fat shaming thing, they're gonna be. This thing runs like fire.
Did you see it on social media? I mean, I'm
Oh
so
god.
sorry. We feel
Yeah,
sorry for the victims. No one should have to go
yeah, of
through
course.
this.
Yeah,
But the
it's
fact
not
that she came
acceptable.
out like, a bulldog and was like, "Yeah, I have to like dismantle this perception that's going
Yeah.
around of me." That's funny.
All right. Is there anything else you would like to touch on?
Yeah, so I really liked your point of her coming out and speaking. I think it was like super important. As
Yeah.
we discussed, like it was going like, quickly spreading quickly through the social media channels. So of course she has
Mhm.
to come out and defend herself as well. And talk about it. I think that the if she, as you said, did not come out and mention something, people were going to believe the story even more, but
Mhm.
hopefully like we are going to look at the story to see how it unfolds. We do feel sorry if the of course we can't say this enough, that the victims, if they went through this, they shouldn't have to feel like this. We don't want anything, that we're all about women empowerment, and we obviously don't want anything
Mhm.
like dampering women's self-esteem or their self-confidence. But Lizzo, you're gonna have to lawyer up, honey,
Mhm.
and see what is going to become of this situation, because your reputation is obviously on the line, period.
Yeah, of course. And then she also has to put music out. Maybe she has movie deals coming out, and she doesn't want them to drop her, so she gotta fix it quick, quick, quick.
Yes,
So,
I agree.
all right, we're gonna probably touch on this topic again, like as it goes on.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna kick it to my sister to close us out.
Okay, awesome. So this was a wonderful topic. Let us know your feedback in the comment section below. Don't be shy. Thank you so much for tuning in to our YouTube channel, Two Sisters and Two Mics. Don't forget to subscribe to the people that have already. We thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for your support. It's truly appreciated. And we have Spotify, guys. So if you want, as my sister mentioned last time, if you are on the go and you want to listen to our podcast, feel free and click on the link. We'll include it in the description of this video. Take care. Bye.
All right. Bye, everyone.